Hi, it's Simon here. I'm going to show you some different types of carries you can do with your little one. Now I'm going to use Chewy again here, and one of the things we're going to be looking at, and basically coming back to that theme of as my body is going, my brain is growing, is as we put them into these different kind of carrying positions. So it's a bit like tummy time. So if you're ever struggling with having them in that tummy time position and they're getting a little upset, you can do different types of activities. And this will help develop that spine strength, that core strength. But also, as they then start to reach up and stretch up with their neck, it's that little connection between the base of their spine and the start of their brain, which actually helps with motor sensory neurons being passed backwards and forwards, so they really start to be able to coordinate their body parts as well. It's a really important part of their development. So the first one we're going to do is this little one, which is known as the sack of potatoes. So you're just literally putting them under your arm. Now if they're at the youngest age, you can have your hand just supporting under their chest. If you've got a little birdie age, kind of going from sort of 10 to 18 months, you could even come down almost to their waist. And what you'll notice is they're working really hard. You'll feel their core really active. And as they're starting to work, if they're dipping down a bit too much, just bring your arm a little bit lower down. If you find they're really able to hold that up and they're stretching their neck, it's going to be fab. And you can just take them for a little walk. And as you're taking them for a little walk around the environment, they're starting to experience a lot more. And also at a different height, a different perspective. So there's a lot more information that's coming in. So that's your first little carry, that sack of potatoes. The second one, a really nice fun one, is you're going to take them all the way up. Go all the way up on top of your head. Now, if they're happy here, you can hold them up here, just hold them around the waist, and you can do the helicopter, so spinning, a rotating one. So not only are they now having to extend, reach their neck up, and all those pieces I just spoke about, now they're also getting the rotation for balance as well, and eye motor control, so having to focus on objects as we're moving around. So I'm just going to put him back on top of my head, and we're going to spin him around, and you control how fast or how slow. If you're getting loads of giggles, you can go faster. If you're not getting so many giggles and are a little bit more serious, or if they've had something like Weetabix for breakfast and you're a bit worried about what's going to go down the back of your neck, then you can just slow down. Right, once you've had a go at that one, then we'll come up to our shoulder, and this is the fireman's carry. So you can already get an idea of, we may not like tummy time, but actually if we turn it into something a little bit different, a bit more fun, we've got all these different types of movements. So now we've got them on my shoulder. Again, I can take them for a little walk around. They're getting a different perspective. Now, rather than the one earlier where they were going facing forwards and looking down at the ground, they're now facing backwards, and they're seeing almost my body from a different perspective as well. So again, a different experience, different inputs coming in as they're doing this, but the same action and the same muscle groups are also being included. Right, now for something a little bit more extreme. So we're going to hold them in their upper torso, and they're still happy at the moment. Carry on. If you need to feed or you need a little cuddle, go for that. But we're going to see if we can go for a little upside down swing. So I'm standing in a nice big straddle, just helps my back for this one as I do this. And I'm just going to drop them down, upside down, just hold them here, and then just gently, you can swing them side to side. You can swing them front and back, almost like a little bungee if they're a little bit more extreme. And also, you can control how high they swing as well as you're doing this. So for your youngest ones, it's probably just a really gentle little swing. For your older ones, especially if they're getting up to 15 months, especially if your back's really getting sore as well, you probably want to do just a couple nice big extreme ones. You can even turn it around so you can see them face to face and look in their eyes and get a big smile as you're going upside down and back. Now, from a safety point of view, again, this is really probably talking about sort of 6 months up when they're getting their neck muscles are getting nice and strong. If they're any smaller than that, you can probably just do something like just coming upside down, just holding them there, just letting them stay nice and stationary, and just gently bringing them back up, and that will be just enough for them to do that one. So have a go at these groups of skills. As I say, we're really, again, concentrating on developing that spine, the neck, and also being able to reach up and allowing that sensory information or motor information to be passed backwards and forwards between their body and their brain. So have a go.
At this stage, our babies are developing both their big and small muscles. They even need to strengthen the retina behind their eyes so that they can stabilise them and focus on moving objects. When they're a bit older, this will translate into reading across a page. So we really want to get this developed now. These are a few activities you can try at home to help kind of stimulate this. First one, nice and gentle. if you lay on your back, you can put your baby on your knees just like this. Make sure you're holding onto them nice and steady. If you move your knees from side to side, their body is moving and they have to make sure their head is staying still if they want to look at you. So make sure we're smiling, we're talking, we're engaging our babies, because then their body is moving, but they're having to stabilize their head, neck, and their eyes. It looks really simple, they're having fun, but also they are developing this. The next one, you're going to need a little bit of equipment. Here at the little gym, I've got a scarf and I've tied a little bell to it, but you can use anything you have at home. And basically, you're going to hold on to it, lower it down to baby, and give them the chance to hold on to it. This is developing their depth perception as well as stabilizing those eye muscles as it swings towards them. Here we go. They'll start to realize how close it needs to be before they can start to reach out and grab it, just like this. I know Bear's not being very responsive today, but your little one is going to be grabbing at that object. You can also try this the opposite way around. So we have the object being still, and then it's baby that's going to be moving. So we're going to hold them, obviously very gently, make sure a little one is comfortable with this, and they are going to be the ones going upside down towards the object. Same principle, they're going to see if they can reach out and grab it, but it's also getting them to have a little think about whether they're upside down, the world's upside down, what's going on at the same time. So there's kind of lots of things going on within one thing. I'll show you again. Here we go. Baby's upside down, reaching onto it. The aim is that they actually grab it, hold onto it, and pick it up. Something we use all the time at the little gym in our baby classes is bubbles. Bubbles are so good for our eye tracking. They move really slowly so that the baby can watch them. While they're still developing this sense, it's hard for them to see things that move too fast. So we have our bubbles moving nice and slowly. They really do mesmerize babies. If you've ever given your baby bubbles, you'll know this. But as well as calming and having fun, they're actually really, really working on stabilizing those retina behind those eyes. Hopefully you can try some of these at home.